Hey everyone, it's Star the Flippin' Hippo. Thank you for joining us on our YouTube channel at Flippin' Hippos. Today is February 8th and it is a Friday. Lately on this channel, we've been delving into some pretty heavy, serious discussions about the reality of reselling and how long items can realistically take to sell, and kind of just getting a more hard, tough love look at the reseller's life. So I thought we'd take a break from all the serious business and have a little bit of fun today since it is Friday. And this is actually a question that I get a couple times a week. And a lot of you probably already know how to change the look of your store on eBay. So this may just be a refresher for you, or maybe the resources I'm going to show you that you can use to make your art will be new to you. So we're going to just go through this real quick. I'm going to walk you through how to change the look of your store, show you a couple resources that you can use, and let you guys go so you can be productive today and give you something fun that you can maybe work on over the weekend. So you want to be on your store when you're on eBay. And if you don't know how to get there, let me back up real quick. If you don't know how to get there from anywhere in your seller hub, you can see here I was just looking at our shipments, but anywhere on your seller hub at the top here, if you hover over marketing, you can drop down to store, and it'll pull up what I was just looking at right here, my store. And then you want to go up here on the right to manage my store. And click on it and wait for it to load. It's taking a minute. And then once you're in here, over on the left under Store Design, you want to go to Edit Store. And this is where you can change all the fun stuff about your store. You can brand it. You can change the art, like I said. You can change the description. So right here at the top, your store name, you can see we're the Hippo Hut. We don't have a billboard on our store. But when you're looking at someone's store, you'll see that some of them have this nice banner up here. It's kind of reminiscent of like a Facebook banner. That's what that box is talking about. We don't have one. But if you created a banner for your store, you would just go right here on this section, add image, and grab it from your computer wherever it would be. Then you can change your logo here, and it's the same idea. You can add image and upload it from your computer the very same way you would do a profile picture on Facebook. And the reason I keep comparing these to Facebook is because I know that everybody knows how to change their Facebook banner and their Facebook profile picture, and this is very similar. And then you get a description. You can type out a description for your store. And the neat thing about this is right here on the bottom of the box that you type in gray, it tells you how many characters you have remaining. So if you have a specific paragraph or description or motto or anything like that that you want to put in on your store for your buyers to see when they go to your store, to brand it or make it more personal, you can keep an eye down here and see how many characters you have left to kind of have an idea of how much you can type or write in that box. And then this part is pretty cool. So there's featured listings when people are on your store, and they typically show up at the top. I don't think I have mine set up either. Maybe this will be a project for me this weekend. I should make a banner and do all these neat things I'm showing you guys. And then we can all start our week next week with pretty stores with banners and nice descriptions and these featured listings. So you can actually just select it to automatically pick your featured listings right here in this box, newly listed, ended soonest, or you can select them yourself. So if you have something in your store that's super cool, super awesome, expensive, or just something that's really neat and unique that you want to feature, you can pick it by yourself, by hand. And so we'll just say I like my Eli Cattleman, and I'll put it there. And then you get 3 more. Then you can select the order in which items are displayed in your store right here by best match, time ending soonest, price, plus shipping, lowest, highest, all of this. And that will just determine how these items here show up. However, keep in mind that when a buyer does a search, they've got these options to sort. So they can sort however they want to look up their search. So I don't really mess with that too much, because I figure if someone was actually in my store here and they wanted to look for something, see how they can determine here how they want to search. So, but you can set it up yourself how you want it to be, so that when people come in, it's, you know, how you want it. Maybe you want to put all your highest items first so they see your more expensive stuff. And then you can select the layout. You can have a gallery or a list. I like a gallery because, of course, that shows you photos. And then you can select the type of category you would like to display on the left navigation bar. I, of course, have our store category set so that this here on the left is our categories that we have set in our store, not determined by eBay's categories. You can absolutely choose that as an option here. You see that? But I like to have ours because I took a long time to set up our categories and organize them the way we wanted them to be, personalized for our store. And that is it. That is it. It's so simple. You just go down through the page and set up everything that you want, and then you hit publish, and all of your changes will show up on your store. Now, if you wanted to make a logo or a banner, there are two programs out there that have a free option and a paid option. So they're 100% free to use unless you opted in to utilize the paid options. I've never paid for these services. I feel like I get everything I need out of them without paying for the subscription. That may change someday, but I feel like their free options are enough for me. This one is called Picmonkey, and it has a free trial if you wanted to try it before you buy it, of course. And it's free to sign up and free to use. Of course, the options and what you can do with it is limited when you're using the free version. So this is Picmonkey. I don't really use this one that much anymore because I like Canva. I used to, maybe 4 or 5 years ago when I was a freelance writer and a blogger, I used to use Picmonkey exclusively for like my graphics and my thumbnails for my blogs, and I loved it. But ever since I started YouTube, I was introduced to Canva, and I much prefer Canva. But either way, like I said, you guys can play around with both. They both have free options. They both have the ability to start a free trial so you can see all the extra goodies you get if you were to pay, and play around with it. And if you wanted to spend a weekend making banners and logos for, say, your eBay store and all of your social media that goes along with your business, you could set up a free trial for both of these and spend the whole weekend playing around with them and making art and banners and logos and just have a good old time of it. Because of course, I just want to insert this, it's very important. When you brand your store, you have to brand it, basically. So if you have a banner or an image or a logo, you want to use that across the board. You want it to look the same everywhere. Poshmark, eBay, Instagram, Facebook. You don't want different logos or different banners on different places, because that's not the point of branding. The point of branding is having an image that is exclusive and reminiscent of your business and will quickly remind people who you are. So again, you can use them for free, sign up for the trials, whatever you want to do in your situation. I do prefer Canva. I love this program. It saves everything you've ever made, and then you can just go back in and make changes. You guys might see that some of these are familiar to you, from the thumbnails on our YouTube to the banner on our Facebook group over here. And when I make a new thumbnail, I literally only have to, because they save it, click on, if I was making another back to basics, I could click on this and it will open it over here. And I can upload another new photo over here on the left from that day's video, and then just click in here and change the text. Canva saves everything you've ever done. You can download them. You can use your snipping tool to grab the photos. I just love it. And the thing is you can create anything in here. Up here at the search, you can search for, they have YouTube channel art, which is the YouTube banner, YouTube thumbnails, Facebook. They don't have an eBay. That's kind of disappointing. I thought they did. They have an Etsy shop cover. For those of you that sell on Etsy, they have the template for an Etsy cover. I don't see anything for eBay though. But you guys can play around with it. The reason you would go up here and look for what you're creating and get their template the first time you create one is because they're going to have it set up. Let me show you Facebook cover. They're going to have it set up to the dimensions, the pixels, the sizes that's recommended for that particular item that you're working on. So that would be a Facebook banner. And if you wanted to do a YouTube thumbnail, it's going to load you up with this template, and that's what you're working in here. And they have stuff for Instagram. So you could really just come in here and, like I said, spend a day or a weekend creating your art, and you can do, you know, a banner and a matching logo for all of your social media and all of your platforms that you sell on. And they'll always be here when you come back. You can save them to your computer. You guys can see I have a bunch in here. But yeah, I love Canva. They have templates for everything. It's so super easy to use. If you have photos that you want to use on your creation, you just upload them here using this blue button, grab them from your computer, and then you can just drag them on into the space where you're creating. You can add backgrounds, you can add text, and their text, they have so many fonts to choose from. I love it. There's elements you can add. This is where we grabbed our Post-it notes that you guys see on like our banner. See those? They have the templates up here at the top. But yeah, there's just so much you can do, and I haven't even delved into everything you can do with Canva. I really usually just pop in here to quickly make a YouTube thumbnail, and I made our banner on here. So there's probably a lot more that I haven't even played around with. There's just so much you can do. But again, Picmonkey is also a viable option. Like I said, you might want to try out both just to see what you prefer, because everyone is different and everyone works differently and likes different things. So go ahead. They're free to try. You can get a free trial on both. Try them both out. I would just say, like, if you're going to try them out to create banners and stuff for your eBay store, try creating other things with them too, just to kind of get a hang of it. Like I said, if you're going to get serious about branding your business, you want to have matching banners and logos across the board. But on every social media platform and every selling platform, they have different criteria for their banners or their cover art or their profile pics. And if you use Canva, you can get those templates like I showed you that are already set for those particular platforms. If you guys ever need to know any kind of dimensions or whatever for what you're creating, you can just Google it. I'm going to show you real quick. So let's say I wanted to create a Facebook banner. So I would just say Facebook banner size. You can see I've already looked that up before. And it'll tell you right there for mobile and computer. So if you're going to use Picmonkey and they don't have the template like Canva does, you can look up your sizes. And you can look up anything. You can look up Twitter header. So if you Google any of these social media things, it's going to be like the first result right here for you. See that? So you guys can look up anything you're trying to create, get your dimensions that you need, and then use either of these wonderful programs to create your art. And then if you were just doing your eBay store, you would go back here like I showed you and go down through and set it up. I like to create a lot of stuff at one time if I am playing around with these kinds of programs. So here's a fair warning for you guys. It's very easy to get lost in here and spend a lot of time without realizing it. I'll get in there to like make a Facebook banner, and like hours later I'm like, oh my gosh. It's easy to get lost. It's a lot of fun to do. So I just wanted to show you guys this since it's Friday and it's a little more lighthearted and a little more fun than what we've been doing recently. And this should help you guys out, not only in branding and personalizing your eBay stores, but all of your social media. If you guys have any more questions or anything, just let me know in the comments. And do me a favor before you leave, smash that like button. If you haven't already and you'd like to, please subscribe to our channel and help us feed a hungry hippo. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We're at Flippin' Hippos. You guys have a wonderful weekend.